Hi everyone, so this guide is going to show you how you can use the Zoom web client, which is the application that you can download on for your desktop, and go through the quick start guide of using this and using the functions within Zoom. So as you can see, I've logged on and started my meeting here. And so if we'll go through, you can see down the bottom here that we have our control menu, and this gives us our overview of most of our functions within Zoom and using that meeting. So if we start at the end here, you can see that obviously we have our microphone, which is our audio settings, and you can see that obviously the green is going up as I'm talking, so it is picking up my audio. If you haven't joined or you have issues connecting with audio, or if your participants do, then this won't appear as a microphone, it will appear as a set of headphones icon and ask you to join audio. However, if you also have any issues with your audio and you need to set it up, you can see then we've got this little arrow button here, which if we click, then you can see that you can select your microphone, if you're external, if you have a built-in one, same as your speakers. You can also test your speaker and microphone here. So as you can see, it will ask you to hear a ringtone, and then you can speak back and you can test your microphone levels as well. Hear a ringtone, and then you can speak back. So then you can test to make sure that it all sounds all okay. You can also switch to phone audio if you are having any issues with your microphone. You can also leave your audio computer settings as well, and if you need to go into your advanced settings, you can click on this and it will open onto the web page for you, and then you can go through extra settings as well, but that will take you out of the web client here. Then obviously next to it we have our video. I've got mine off at the moment because obviously then you'll just be seeing me on the screen quite a lot. But so you can see if your video is off, then it will have this red line here, and obviously to click it you can just click start video. Again, up here you can see that there is a little arrow to click up, and you can test and you can select which camera you want. From here you can also choose if having any virtual backgrounds and filters, and then again if you click video settings it will go to more advanced options which will take you out of the web client. But if you click on virtual backgrounds then it will come up, and also your filters. I can't show you them fully because I'm on a Mac and they don't fully work properly with a Mac or with without a green screen, so depending on what devices that you use, then you can explore these further, and you can also upload your own videos and photos and have them as your virtual background as well. Then we have the little shield here with the words under it as security. So this gives you quick access to lock your meeting further for extra security. However, this does stop others from joining. But obviously if you have things enabled like the passcode and the waiting room as well, then your meetings are already quite secure. And then this menu does also give you some quick access to control what you would like your participants, what controls you would like them to have or not have. So as you can see, if you click on this, so like I said, you can put lock meeting, you can double check that your waiting room is enabled, or if it is enabled you can switch it off if you would like people to just come directly into your meeting. You can hide profile pictures there as well, so if you are doing hosting sessions and broadcasting them live onto Facebook, etc., and people have their cameras off, you can also ensure that then their profile pictures are off. And then as you can see here, then you've got your list of allowing participants of what controls they can have. So you can allow them to share screen, chat, rename themselves, unmute themselves, and start a video. And so you just need to make sure that these are enabled and ticked, which means that they have those permissions, and if they're unticked then obviously they don't have those permissions. You can also remove a participant this way and suspend any activities on certain participants as well. Next we have our participants here, and you can see at the moment it's showing as 2 because I do have myself logged on another device So I can show you some options in that way, and how it works. So you can see if I click on this, it will come up. Now I have mine as full screen at the moment, so it's coming up as an extra window that I can move around the screen if I wish to, but also it may appear on the side of your Zoom screen here if you don't have full screen enabled. So once this is open, obviously you can then see how many are in the main meeting room with yourself and how many you have in your waiting room. So these numbers will change depending on that. And then you can see that you can either send a message and broadcast this to the waiting room, you can admit or you can remove people as well. So again, this, like I said, gives that extra security. So you can, if you've got an attendance list, you can make sure that it's just those people that are on your attendance list. Through this option as well, if you have people that are struggling to join, you can also then click this, which will come up with the invite options and the link. You have quick option to mute everybody, or there are some more options here, so you can ask everybody to unmute. You can, if anyone within the meeting room, once they're in, raises their hands on the icons, you can lower all their hands. You can make sure that people are muted upon entry. Again, you can lock the meeting. You can enable sounds when people join and leave, so that obviously you're alerted. That will just be for yourself. And again, you have some extra options here to allow participants extra controls to unmute themselves, rename themselves, and start their video. So if there are any concerns around people unable to mute or start their video, you can also go into this and quickly check that and make sure all those controls are enabled for them. So when you have people in the waiting room, to admit them, if you have more than one, then it will say admit all. But also I just have one person at the moment, so I shall admit them. And then as you can see, so depending on your view and how you have this set, so you can see then that I've either got an external window here with the webcam, so I can move that around, or obviously I can have things. That's up the top here, a speaker view. You can have gallery view, so that then you can see everybody, or you can have or you can show non-video participants. So if everyone has their videos off, you can switch this off as well. Now, when someone is in the meeting room, if you hover over the name on this with the participants, you can see then it comes up with a little drop-down menu there that says more. This is where you can have other options and controls around that participant. So you can see here, you can either send them a private message on a chat. Obviously they have their video off at the moment, so you can ask them to start their video and that will come up with a notification on their screen asking them to do this. You can give them host or co-host permissions, so if you are co-facilitating with someone, or if the share screen doesn't work, then you can make them a co-host so that they can share their screen. You can rename them, so if you get any participants that join through an iPad or a phone and you're getting quite a lot of like Samsung Galaxies, then you can rename them if you need to. You can put them back in the waiting room. You can remove them, and obviously then you can report them as well. So if you go over the names, you get quick access to a lot of different options there. So then the next icon on our menu down here is the chat icon. So again, because I have this as full screen, it pops out for me as an extra window, so I can move it around, which is quite handy when facilitating training and you've obviously got the PowerPoint, and then at least you can still move things around and see people. Now you can see from the chat, it will come through drop down, so you can send a message to everybody, so all your participants will see this, or you can do the drop down, and if you want to send a private message to one participant, then you can just click their name, and as you can see, it will change to a direct message that way. You can also send files via the chat room, so again you can click on the file, it will open up a different option here, so you can share through Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive, SharePoint, or your computer. You just choose the option. It will most likely be your computer. You click this and it will open then your computer finder with all your documents, and you can just find the document you want to share, and then it will go on the chat room here and you just send it. Then you can also change some of the controls around the chat very quickly through this way, so you can have participant can chat with either no one, the host only, everyone publicly, or everyone publicly and via direct private messages as well. Just on one note, if you're trying to share some file with some people, and if you click down here, you'll see that that file option has gone. That will be because they are on a device that can't accept files, normally a phone or a tablet. So if that icon has disappeared, then that is how you know then how you know that they won't be able to, and that's down to the device they're on, like I said. So you may need to then externally email them in a different way, or just share your screen and show them the file if it's just to show them something. So the next icon we've got is share screen, which is the green one here in the middle. Now if you click on this, then it will come up with a range of options. So you have that you can share your whole desktop, where they'll see everything on your desktop and your computer. You obviously have the whiteboard function there. You can also then share your screen, your iPad or iPhone screen via AirPlay, or by connecting to a cable. So if you wanted to demonstrate apps or anything like that, you can plug that in and show. Then obviously if you have any applications open like PowerPoint, then you have the option just to share that, as well as if you have any web pages open, then you can have it through just that as well. Now at the top here you do have an advanced option, so you can just decide to share just a portion of your screen. You can choose that portion. Just music or computer sound only, so you're not sharing anything visual, but if etc you're playing Spotify or something, then you can share just that music, again with a video, or if you've got content from a second camera, or you can share your screen by using those files there as well, so very similar to the chat function. So if you go back to the basic features, the main thing that most people will probably be sharing is obviously like a PowerPoint application, so you would just need to click the application that you're using. If you have video clips within that presentation, ensure that these two options down the bottom here are enabled. So we have the share sound here and optimize for a video clip, and then to share that you just need to click share. That will then take you to your options. You just need to click from current, and then as you can see it will share this. Now this will change where your menu is. It will normally appear up the top here, and so you can see then that you just have a very basic function of your menu, so you can pause share very quickly. You've got that annotate option there, and then you have the more up here, and this is where you'll find your chat and again your breakout rooms, etc. And you can hide these if you want to, or have these always on option for you. And obviously then just to stop sharing, you just need to click stop share. The next option we have is to record, and you just need to click this and it will start recording. It'll ask if you want to record on your computer, or you can change these settings within your main advanced settings to record onto the Zoom cloud as well, and you'll just need to click continue. And as then you can see it will change to pause or stop, so you can pause this at any time, or then you can just stop it. Then we have the breakout rooms. So again, this will pop out as an extra window. You can choose how many breakout rooms that you want through this drop down, or you can enter it. You can choose to assign automatically or manually, or you can let participants choose the room. And if you click this, it will come up with the rooms, and the participants can then choose to go in and out and go into a range of different rooms. So if you click assign automatically, you just click create. It then assigns the people automatically into that room. The rooms aren't open yet, because then it comes up with another menu here, so then you can rename rooms if you want to. You can delete that room, or you can click assign. So if you were to click assign manually, it will come up with the rooms with no participants in them. You need to click assign, and then it will just come up with the list of participants you want, and you just tick box their name of which one you want to go into each room. Then you can see you've got some settings here, so you can allow them to choose their rooms if they want to. They can return to the main session at any time, automatically move participants into their breakout rooms, so as soon as you open them they'll go, or if you have this unchecked then they'll get that notification to join the room and then move in as well, which is quite handy if you open them while you're still trying to explain the options. They don't all then always automatically go in while you're still trying to talk to them. You can put a timer on so they can automatically close. You can also put a countdown after closing that breakout room, and you can set this timer to from 10 seconds to up to 2 minutes. You can also, if you forget a room, you can click add room, and then when you're ready you just open those rooms. The participants will have the invites to go into that room, and you'll see there when they've joined or not joined, and you also have the option to move them into a room, another room as well. And then when they are in their rooms, you can join the room by hovering over the number, and you can see it will say join and ask you to confirm if you want to join that room or not. You can also broadcast a message to that room, so you can put in a message here and it will come up on their screen as a banner. And then when you are closing rooms, you can click close rooms there. If you recreate, it will say there how many rooms, and then again you have those options there. If the breakout room icon is missing from your menu, then you need to enable this within your main settings on the Zoom web browser. So you need to go into your settings and ensure that it is enabled within those settings, and then that icon will appear for you. Then we've got reactions, so you can go on here and you can then clap, put your thumbs up, heart emoji, the laughing emoji, open mouth, and then the ta-da one there. You can then also say yes or no, or you can raise a hand. So you can either do this yourself, and as you can see then that will come up there, or it's a way that you can ask your participants to non-verbally communicate. If they have questions, you can ask them to use the raise hand icon, which will come up like that, and you will see that. But it will also be up on the participants list menu as well, so as you can see it will tell you how many people have got their raised hands, and that icon will be next to their name as well. And again, that is something that you can then lower all the hands that way, and that will disappear. And then to leave the meeting, you just need to click end. Now, if you are in the meeting as a participant, it will say leave. If you're as a host, it will say end, and it's the red button there, and it would either say end meeting for all or leave meeting, and then you just need to click that one.